Hey there guys, welcome to Cooking with Griffey. Yay! Alright, today we're going to make blood. So this is what you need. A stove, obviously, a working stove. You need Caro syrup, which is light corn syrup. Okay? You can find this in the cooking aisle. I know it's going to seem weird, but basically it's concentrated sugar. Okay? You need cornstarch. You do not need this much cornstarch, so don't go to Costco or Sam's Club and buy a giant thing of cornstarch. I just happen to make a lot of blood, so we use a lot of cornstarch. You need food dye, okay? You need blue and you need red. If you just use red, it looks like apple syrup and it's weird. Don't do that. You need to look like blood, so you need the blue in there, okay? You can also use some black, but be very careful because then you start getting into things like it's just very, very, very dark and it doesn't look real. So you need a little bit of blue, okay? Not a lot, but a little bit. So let's get started. Okay. You put your Caro syrup in here and you're going to heat it up. This is 16 ounces. Remember I told you you don't need 16 ounces of blood. I'm going to make 16 ounces just because that's what I'm going to do. All right, and then I'm going to put it right back in here so you can see the color of it. Why? Because I care. All right. You want to make sure that you have a black spoon, not a white spoon because it will stain. You want a black spoon, okay? We're going to make edible blood today, which means that we are not going to add soap. Okay. The only difference between edible blood and non-edible blood is that you add a 1/4 cup of your favorite blue soap, blue laundry detergent. So whether that is Tide, I usually like Tide with bleach, and that means that you can use it on your clothes or on your body, but you cannot eat it. Don't eat Tide Pods, kids. That's bad. Same thing with any sort of Tide, any sort of laundry detergent. Don't eat it. So rather than standing here all day waiting to get this out of here, just put it upside down and set it aside, okay? You're going to let that heat up, but do not burn it. You're just going to let it heat up for a little bit. Okay. You're going to get a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and you're going to put it in your cup here while this is heating up. The camera does not need to follow me, but I'm going to put a little bit of water in this, and I'm going to dissolve that. The camera can just watch that heat up. Okay. So you're going to put 3 tablespoons of water in there to about a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and you're going to let this dissolve. And you're just going to let that set aside, okay? The heat of the corn syrup is going to make this get nice and thick. Okay, it's also going to create a binder for your pigment, which means it's going to make it stay nice and red for you to have a good blood color. All right, if you don't do that, then it doesn't stay red and it gets that kind of weird funky color, and you don't want that. So what we want to do is to get this just so it starts to bubble, but not so that it burns, because otherwise you get hard candy, and we don't want hard candy, okay? We want to get this to start moving, but not so that it gets so hot we have hard candy, okay? Nice warm liquid. You want to keep your fingers out of this because if it gets on your skin, it's going to burn, and that's not going to be fun, guys. Not fun at all. As soon as you see the first sign of it bubbling, it is warm enough. We're not quite there yet, but almost. Almost. It's like watching a pot boil. It's so much fun, right? Okay, it's right there. So if you look at it, it's just turning and we're just getting some bubbles in there. That's exactly where you want it, okay? Then we're going to pour this in here. You're going to say, but why? because you're making a binder, okay? Turn that heat off. Don't remove it though, okay? So the cornstarch adds a nice thickening agent to your Caro syrup. It's going to take a minute. If you guys have ever made gravy, this is exactly how you make gravy, but we're making sugar gravy instead. So we're going to stir this until it gets a little thicker and it burns off the water that you used, okay? We're going to go ahead and pause that video and fast forward in time. Alright, movie magic aside, so I turned it back on to a medium heat and let it cook for about 4 minutes, which gave me this nice kind of thicker blood that's going to pour, okay? Once it cools down, it's going to be really thick and we're going to be able to put it where we want to put it, which is exactly what we want to do. So now it's this kind of funky yellow color, which is great because it's going to take our pigment really well, okay? So you want to do is add about 5 drops, okay, maybe 8 of the red, right? And it's going to turn this nice deep red color. But that's not a good blood color. That's a fake Hollywood blood color. So if you ever saw Sweeney Todd, the movie, that was the color that it was, okay? That's not the color that we want. So very cautiously add a couple drops of blue. And I just mean a couple drops. Okay, maybe 2. And then we're going to get a nice deep red color. Alright. So, I would put my hand in that, but you don't want me to do that. It's really too hot right now. If you can see it through the light, you have a nice red color coming out there. Okay? Maybe we can see it through glass. I don't know. But it's a nice red. Okay? We can always add more red to that because it's a nice deep purple. So what we have is a good liver wound right here. Okay? Add some more red. Pull it up a little bit. And we'll get a nice red color. Okay? Be really cautious with that blue like I told you. Okay? We're going to add the rest of our Caro syrup because why waste it? Okay, you can put that in at any time. And there you guys have it, okay? Your own homemade blood. Make sure you let it cool, and then you can put it back in your bottle, whatever you guys got, however much you make. But again, you don't have to use a whole big thing. Oh, that's a good color. All right, you don't have to use a whole 16 ounces of syrup. You can make a small amount. This is enough blood for a really, really long time. Okay, guys? Have fun, make blood, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.